All right, let's kick things off today with a deep dive into Suriname.
Suriname.
Yeah, Suriname. It's a nation that's really starting to make waves. You know what I mean? It's got this energy, this potential.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. It's interesting how Suriname often flies under the radar. It's like it's overshadowed by its neighbor Guyana, but
But it's on a similar path, right?
exactly.
Abundant resources, a strategic vision for growth.
And they're not just sitting on their potential, they're actively working to unlock it. Which brings us to
The International Business Conference,
Hmm.
happening in February 2025, right?
Right.
This is like a front row seat to Suriname's future, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And this conference is more than just a meet and greet. It's designed to attract investors, especially those looking at emerging markets like Suriname and Guyana.
So we're talking about more than just handshakes and business cards. This is about real opportunities.
Real opportunities in infrastructure, manufacturing, logistics, technology, you name it. They're calling it the IBC for short, and it's all about showcasing what Suriname has to offer.
So local and international investors, big players, small players, anyone looking to get in on the action.
Exactly. And the theme they've chosen is pretty spot on, unlocking the potential of Suriname, a path towards growth and prosperity.
It's like a mission statement. A 3-day event, presentations, networking, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be packed. Imagine this, over 100 government representatives, policymakers, top executives, all under one roof.
Wow. Talk about a power-packed room. And they'll be focused on key sectors, right? Energy, infrastructure, finance, tech, the building blocks of Suriname's future.
You got it. The Suriname-Guyana Chamber of Commerce is the driving force behind all of this, and they're really emphasizing the role of the private sector in driving development.
So they're sending a clear message to investors. Your contributions are not only welcome, they're essential.
Exactly. And you know what else? They're not just talking about collaboration, they're actually facilitating it.
Wait, what do you mean?
They're offering a one-to-one business matching service at the conference.
Really? So it's like a matchmaking service, but for businesses and investors.
Exactly. It's brilliant. They're really creating an environment where connections can be made and deals can happen.
So Suriname's not just waiting for opportunity to knock. They're going out and creating it.
Yeah.
And with their natural resources and strategic location, they're in a prime position to do just that.
It's a smart strategy, for sure. They're not just looking to attract big businesses, though. They also want to empower local businesses, create jobs, reduce poverty.
It's about building a sustainable economy that benefits everyone, not just a select few.
Right. And they're thinking long-term. They're even attracting companies with expertise in things like intellectual property and financial management. They're building a strong foundation.
So for businesses in Suriname and Guyana, this conference is like a gateway to growth, right? Access to networks, market intelligence, global opportunities.
It's like a masterclass in taking your business to the next level.
And the IBC, they're not just some fly-by-night operation. They're the leading private sector-led investment platform in the region. They operate with high standards, integrity.
They truly believe that a responsible and profitable private sector is key to the region's success. And, that brings up an important question. As Suriname emerges as this global hub for investment,
What does it mean for everyday people?
exactly, how do they benefit? How does this growth translate into a better quality of life for all Surinamese people?
Okay, so we've established that Suriname's aiming to become a major player on the global stage. But let's zoom in a bit. What are some of the specific sectors that are going to be highlighted at this conference?
Well, one sector that's generating a lot of buzz, and for good reason, is energy. They're sitting on some serious oil and gas reserves.
Oh, wow, energy. So this isn't just about their existing resources. They've got new discoveries too, right?
Big ones, both onshore and offshore. They're looking like a potential energy powerhouse. And of course, they're actively seeking foreign investment to help them develop this sector.
Makes sense. They need the expertise, the technology, the capital to really make the most of these discoveries.
Exactly. So for companies involved in oil and gas exploration, production, refining,
Even renewable energy.
right, the IBC is a chance to get in on the ground floor of a booming industry. And it's not just about the big players either. Suriname is also encouraging investment in smaller-scale energy projects.
Especially in renewable energy.
Yep. They're committed to diversifying their energy mix and promoting sustainable development.
That's smart. It's a long-term vision. But let's not forget about the other essential ingredients for growth, like infrastructure. What kind of projects are we talking about?
Think roads, bridges, ports, airports, telecommunications, all the things that connect people, goods and services.
The backbone of a modern economy.
Exactly. And the IBC is their platform to showcase these projects to potential investors and secure the funding they need.
Makes sense. So, construction companies, engineering firms, project management, logistics.
They're all going to want to be at this conference.
Huh.
And then there's the financial sector.
Oh, right, the financial sector. How does that play into all of this?
Well, Suriname needs a robust financial system to support its growth. Banks, investment firms, insurance companies, they're all crucial.
But why would investors be interested in a relatively small market like Suriname?
Because they see the potential. Suriname has a stable political environment, a pro-business government.
And as a high-growth market.
Right. For investors looking for new frontiers, Suriname is an exciting opportunity. And let's not forget their strategic location.
Right, they've got access to major shipping routes and markets.
A huge advantage for businesses looking to expand their global reach. And then, of course, there's technology, the most dynamic sector of all.
Okay, now you've got my attention. What's going on in Suriname's tech scene?
Well, for starters, they have a young and growing population that's tech-savvy, high literacy rates, eager to embrace new technologies.
So they've got the talent. But what about the infrastructure, the support systems?
The government is investing heavily in developing a digital ecosystem, improving internet connectivity, promoting STEM education, supporting tech startups.
They're really creating an environment where tech companies can flourish.
Exactly. And the IBC is going to be a launch pad for connecting these companies with potential investors, mentors, partners. It's going to be exciting to see what comes out of it.
But, with all this talk about growth and development, we can't forget about the human side of things. It's got to be sustainable, right?
Absolutely. The IBC is not just about making money. It's about building a better future for Suriname.
Addressing environmental protection, social equity, good governance.
Making sure the benefits of economic growth are shared by all.
So it's not just about the bottom line, it's about the triple bottom line. People, planet, profit. That's the message I hope resonates with everyone at the IBC.
It's about finding that balance between economic prosperity and social well-being.
And it sounds like Suriname is on the right track. Embracing globalization, but not at the expense of sustainability. It's a powerful combination.
And the IBC is a symbol of that commitment. It's a platform for collaboration, innovation, progress. And you know what's really cool about this conference?
What's that?
It's not just for the bigwigs and investors.
Oh, you mean?
Yeah, anyone with an interest in Suriname's development can attend.
So even if you're not directly involved in business or investment, you can still go and
learn from the experts, network with like-minded individuals, maybe even find some inspiration for your own ventures.
It's a celebration of Suriname's potential. Everyone's invited to the party.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Suriname's economic transformation, the International Business Conference, the key sectors driving growth. But why should the average listener care about this?
That's a great question. And it gets to the heart of why we do this deep dive.
Because knowledge is power.
Exactly. Understanding what's happening in the world, even in places that might seem far removed from our daily lives, can help us make better decisions.
Both personally and professionally.
Right. Suriname is a microcosm of the global economy. It's a country on the rise, facing both challenges and opportunities. And by learning about their experiences, we can gain insights into the broader trends shaping our world.
For example, their focus on sustainable development. That's a model for other countries.
And their embrace of technology, a reminder that innovation is happening everywhere.
Yeah, just in Silicon Valley.
And their approach to attracting foreign investment while also empowering local businesses. It's a lesson in navigating the complexities of globalization.
So even if you never set foot in Suriname, their story has something to teach us all.
It's a story of resilience, innovation, hope.
And it's just getting started.
Exactly.
That's what makes it so exciting. Suriname is a country on the move, and the IBC is a snapshot of their journey.
A glimpse into the future.
Not just for Suriname, but for the world as a whole.
So if you're looking for inspiration, for a story of transformation and possibility, look no further than Suriname. They might be a small country, but they have a big message to share.
And who knows, maybe one day you'll find yourself at the IBC, witnessing firsthand the unlocking of Suriname's incredible potential.
It's definitely a possibility worth considering.
Well, on that note, let's shift gears a bit. We've talked about the economic side of things, but what about the human side? What about Suriname's culture and history?
Yes, because numbers and deals only tell part of the story, right?
Right.
Stay tuned as we delve into that next. Welcome back. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, we just dipped our toes into Suriname's economic potential. But now let's dive into a world of vibrant culture and captivating history.
Yeah, let's trade those spreadsheets for something a little more colorful.
Yeah.
So what makes Suriname's culture so unique?
Imagine this. You've got indigenous traditions, a touch of European colonialism, and then layer on influences from Africa, India, Indonesia, and China.
Wow, that's a serious mix. How has this cultural blend shaped Suriname's identity?
It's created a cultural tapestry that's unlike anywhere else. You see it in their music, food, language, art, everywhere you look.
I can already hear the music and smell the amazing food. Give me a taste of these cultural influences. What can we expect to find in Suriname?
Well, let's start with the indigenous people, the original inhabitants of Suriname, groups like the Arawak, the Carib, and the Woro.
Right, they were there first.
Exactly. And their traditions are still alive today. Think storytelling, basket weaving, herbal medicine. It's amazing how these ancient traditions have endured.
It really is. But of course, we can't ignore the impact of European colonization, can we?
No, we can't. European colonization, especially by the Dutch, had a huge impact on Suriname, as it did in many parts of the Americas.
A complicated history, for sure.
Definitely. The establishment of plantations and the introduction of enslaved Africans had a profound impact. It shaped their social and economic structures for centuries.
A dark chapter, but one we need to learn from. But even in the midst of hardship, new cultural layers emerge, right? What about the arrival of people from other parts of the world?
You're absolutely right. After the abolition of slavery in 1863, indentured laborers from India, Indonesia, and China came to work on those plantations.
Adding even more threads to the cultural tapestry.
Exactly. They brought their own languages, religions, and customs, further enriching Suriname's cultural mix.
So it's a history lesson wrapped in a cultural celebration. But how does all this cultural richness influence the business environment in Suriname?
That's a great question. This multicultural heritage has fostered a spirit of adaptability, collaboration, and creativity qualities that are essential in today's globalized world.
So it's not just about the resources or the infrastructure. It's about the people, their spirit, their ability to blend traditions and embrace new ideas.
Precisely. It adds a unique flavor that you won't find anywhere else. Okay, so we've touched on the culture, but now let's talk about the political landscape. How has their past shaped their present in the political arena?
I've heard there were some tough times in Suriname's recent history.
Yeah, you're right. The 1980s were a period of instability, including a military coup and a civil war. These events definitely had a big impact on the country's development.
It's a reminder that progress isn't always a straight line. But how has Suriname addressed these challenges?
Well, despite those difficulties, Suriname has made some remarkable strides. They've established a democratic government, strengthened their institutions, and really focused on reconciliation and unity among their diverse people.
Sounds like their history has given them a certain resilience.
Absolutely. And a determination to build a better future. And you see this reflected in their approach to economic development.
How so?
Well, they've adopted a very pragmatic approach, focusing on diversification, attracting foreign investment, and promoting sustainable growth. They're playing the long game.
Smart. And this brings us back to the International Business Conference, a perfect example of their proactive approach to attracting investors.
Exactly. The IBC isn't just an economic event, it's a celebration of Suriname's journey as a nation. It's a chance to see how they're weaving together their past, present, and future.
It's like a window into the soul of Suriname.
Exactly. Even those who can't attend in person can still learn so much about Suriname just by understanding what the conference represents.
True. So the IBC is a chance to experience firsthand what Suriname is all about, their resilience, their innovation, and their hope for the future.
It's a powerful story.
It really is. Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground in this segment. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll wrap up our deep dive, some key takeaways and final thoughts. Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We've explored Suriname from top to bottom, their economy, their culture, their history.
It's been quite a journey. We've uncovered some fascinating insights, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. So let's recap for our listeners. What are the key takeaways about Suriname? What makes them so special?
Well, first and foremost, Suriname is a nation on the rise. They're not just talking about growth, they're making it happen, diversifying their economy, attracting foreign investment, really leveraging what they've got.
And doing it sustainably, right? Making sure everyone benefits, not just a select few.
Exactly. They're investing in education, infrastructure, technology, building a brighter future for all Surinamese people.
And let's not forget about the International Business Conference, the IBC, a chance to see Suriname's potential up close and personal.
Right. To connect with key players across different sectors, explore opportunities firsthand.
It's a clear signal that Suriname is open for business, ready to welcome the world.
Exactly. But, beyond the numbers and the deals, there's something truly special about Suriname. Their culture, their history, it all adds up to something really unique.
It's a reminder that success isn't just about profit margins. It's about the people, their spirit, their stories.
It's about finding that balance between tradition and progress, embracing globalization while staying true to your roots.
It sounds like they've cracked the code. And that's a powerful message for the world.
It is. Suriname's story is one of resilience, innovation, hope. It reminds us that even in a world that often feels divided, there are places where possibilities bloom.
So why should our listeners care about what's happening in this small South American nation? What's the takeaway for them?
Well, Suriname's story is a source of inspiration. It's a reminder that even in the face of challenges, we can create a better future. It's about looking beyond the familiar, embracing the unknown, and seeking out those stories that challenge our assumptions and broaden our perspectives.
Maybe it sparks a curiosity to learn more about Suriname, to explore their culture, to see what opportunities might be out there. Or maybe
Maybe it just inspires you to approach the world with a renewed sense of wonder and a willingness to connect with something different.
whatever you take away from this deep dive, we hope it leaves you with a sense of possibility and a desire to keep exploring.
Because as we've seen, Suriname is a nation with a story to tell, a story that's just beginning to unfold.
And who knows, maybe you'll be a part of writing the next chapter. So until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.